What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with 4 weeks out physique update of your reigning Miss Olympia champion Samson, the favorite to win this upcoming Arnold. So the man is looking so damn huge and is getting hotter by the day. And look at that chest. That looks absolutely bonkers right now. So Samson took this picture after a chest workout. And one thing that has stood out to all of us since Samson won the Olympia last year is how much credit he gives to his coach, his wife Marlena. And I have to say rightfully so, because she did help him win the Olympia title. And not just that, bring his best condition to date and winning the Olympia. That has just changed his life forever. Now should Samson have more separation at 4 weeks out? Well, maybe it's the lighting. Because in the last physique update that Samson posted, his quads looked very separated. So the size on Samson is just on a whole different level. Interestingly, the next picture on his story, that was of Paul Dillette, who is like the freakiest bodybuilder of the 90s era, hitting the most muscular. So this makes a very interesting comparison. So the great thing about Samson is that the man has become so complete from every angle, while some of these other mass monsters, especially from the past, they all had at least one weakness. Some had too wide of a waistline. Some had a missing body part, like the back. Well, Samson is well on his way to become the 2-time Arnold champion based on the predictions as well as the progress that he has been able to make since the Olympia last year. I mean, that is just nuts how much this guy improves from one show to the next one. And that hasn't changed ever since he won the Olympia last year. Guys, Mr. Olympia Signature Series is now live on hostel.com. Use the code FAZI10 to get 10% discount and click the arrow below to check out all the hostel products. Next up, we have an update of the guy with the best statistics in this year's Arnold lineup, the 2-time Arnold Classic winner, and a former Miss Olympia. And also, people just kind of forget that Brandon has placed runner-up twice at the Olympia, back in 2020 and 2021. So that, I have got to say, is one hell of a track record. So doesn't Brandon look so huge in this recent training video? Although Brandon was ninth at this past Miss Olympia, you are still gonna see Brandon carry in almost every top 5 pick, as we are now under 4 weeks out of this upcoming Arnold. Simply because his shape is just so amazing, and the man is one of the most aesthetic bodybuilder, one of the most round and 3D looking man in the recent times. And despite him not having the best conditioning, the judges have always rewarded his look. At least that was the case up until the Olympia last year. So Brandon this time working with a totally new coach. That adds a lot more anticipation and excitement to this upcoming Arnold equation, because these guys are going for a more shredded and a more detailed look for this one, which is going to be very interesting, because that is something which has been missing from Brandon for at least past 2 or 3 years now. And we have to keep in mind, Brandon was working with Abdullah for all those years. So the few physique updates that Brandon has posted during this Arnold prep, especially the legs, they look very impressive. Now Brandon has more than a 15 years pro career, and apparently the man is still injury free, which is just exceptional in the sport of bodybuilding. But one cannot deny that he's fighting against the odds because of his age. Now he obviously plans to win this entire show, but realistically speaking, he has very little chance of even placing in the top 3, because that would mean beating a guy like Derek or Andrew Jacked. But do let me know what you guys think. Guys, Gorilla Wear is offering a massive discount of up to 70% right now. Use the code FAZI10 to get 10% extra discount. Next up, we have an update from James Hollingshead at 4 weeks out of this upcoming Arnold. So you guys saw how deadly that most muscular pose looked on James Hollingshead yesterday. And this is one from the back. Although this is a blurred picture, but it seems like James is finally gonna bring his all-time best look to the stage, especially in terms of conditioning and the fullness. So that, I have got to say, is a superb looking back double bicep shot. Now we are gonna see in 4 weeks time whether James was able to pack on some weight, because that has been a weakness for him throughout his career all this time. But the detail, starting from the upper back down to the hamstrings and the glutes, and also down to the calves, at 4 weeks out looks absolutely nuts. And I believe pictures or videos, they cannot even justify how dense and grainy James must be looking right now. And they have plenty of time to dial it in for this upcoming Arnold. So there is gonna be a 1-year gap from when we saw James on the stage last time, which was the Arnold UK. So the fans and the judges, they will be expecting to see some new size and some new improvements everywhere. So he was top 5 at the Arnold last year, and we have to keep in mind, he was coaching himself for that one, and he believes he wasn't even at 90% at that show. So I do not think he can beat the most likely top 3 at this upcoming Arnold, which are gonna be Andrew Jack, Garrett Lansford, and Samson Dauda. But do not be surprised if James fight for that 4th place spot. And realistically speaking, that is what James must be expecting. He already said that Detroit Pro is the one that is gonna be his main show, that is gonna win. And even if James secures his Olympia qualification this season, he's gonna continue to compete as he's doing FIBO Germany and is also doing this upcoming Pittsburgh Pro later this year. Next up, we have the physique update from Sergio OLiva Jr, posted by Joy Belt, the famous posing coach. So Sergio's coach Stefan was also tagged in this video, and Sergio knows he doesn't have a lot of time left in order to continue to improve and also maintain a body weight of over 300 pounds because he's a very big and a very tall guy, and he knows the competition is getting better and better with every passing year. So he isn't messing around for this one, for this comeback, because if he doesn't deliver in 2025, I'm afraid he's gonna go down in those bodybuilding books with just one pro win, and also one of those guys who just could not fulfill his true potential. So he said he wants to do the first ever FIBO Germany, but he also wants to compete against some very big names. So no official announcement has been made by Sergio, but this year we are gonna see all these guys compete multiple times, because first of all of the increased prize money, and second of all, most of these guys have been away from the stage for more than 1 year. So will Sergio be able to deliver with a new coach this time? Well, if you ask the general bodybuilding fans, most of them are gonna say a straight no. Because the thing is, the man has been a huge disappointment in the last few years. So the last time Sergio delivered a very good performance, that was back in 2020 when he did the Arnold and he made it into that top 5. And the last time we saw him on the stage, that was Cali Pro back in 2023, and that just wasn't a good look. And the last time he won a pro show, that was back in 2017, and that was the New York Pro. So this will be a very decisive year for Sergio OLiva Jr. The reigning Arnold champion Wesley in classic physique revealed a 4 weeks out physique update. So he only posted the upper body, which no question is probably one of the best in the entire classic physique division. But the moment Wesley steps on the stage, all the eyes will be on his quads, and whether or not he was able to make some improvements, especially in terms of size, and especially in terms of the sweep, because he promised that his fans are gonna see something new this time around. Now his plan of staying very full is a good one, because that is one thing that was missing from Wesley's Olympia package. His conditioning looked all good, but he just wasn't as big and as dominant on the stage as he was for the Arnold, and that is why he paid the price. So coming from 8th place at the Olympia, you have to say that his back is against the wall, but he can bring back that same Arnold 2024 look. And with Chris Bumstead no longer competing, the Pro League is also looking for a new standard, and Wesley we all know represents that golden era. So Wesley is in such a position that if his legs do not match up to his upper body, he can be well out of that top 3. But he can also win this entire damn thing if he comes in with a more balanced physique. Now he does have a backup plan here, in case he doesn't win this upcoming Arnold, as he is confirmed for Detroit Pro as well. That is probably gonna be his ticket to the Olympia. Next up, we have a physique update from the Predator, TOnio Burton, who again sends a very clear message to all the mass monsters out there that with the exercise that TOnio has put on this year, he won't spare most of them because of his structural superiority and his amazing shape. But has he added enough mass though? That's questionable, because you put a guy like Martin Fitzwater next to him who is of the same height, and Martin is gonna look way bigger and way denser and way muscular because he has been able to fill out his frame pretty damn well. Now TOnio does have the shape advantage over some of these top guys. He was spot on for last year's New York Pro, and with another 5 to 7 pounds of solid muscle, he can truly take out some of these mass monsters. But we aren't sure that offseason went as ideal and as smooth as it could have been for TOnio, because he also got into that accident that got him bedridden for a few weeks. So there was no training during that period. So he won Cali Pro last year in a very convincing fashion, and this year he's heading to this upcoming Legion Sports The same shoe where he won his first ever men's open shoe a few years ago. So for a guy who says he's going for top 6 at the Olympia, I believe he's still gonna be a bit short on the size department. But do let me know what you guys think. And also hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. And smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.